What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 31, and today we're going to be using this team for the final time, which is really unfortunate. I'm kind of bummed out about it, actually, because this team has been so much fun to use. I'm going to miss Beautifly and Aurora's and Cottony putting in some work. Although our stall-breaking Gliscor has been putting in a lot of work recently as well. But yeah, this will be the last time for this specific team. I guess I should give an overview on that. We have our Focus Sash Cottony. It's a Prankster Abuser. We've got Taunt, Encore, Memento, Stun Spore, all of that fun stuff. Our sweepers are going to be the Auroras with Rock Polish and Never Melts Ice, Quiver Dance, Life Orb, Beautifly, carrying the HP Ground as well for Steel types and Heatran and things of that nature. Choice Scarf, Staraptor, Adamant, a lot of fun to use. Kind of a mindless set, I guess, but it just damages things. Like, the damage output is just stupid on it. We also have our Intimidate, Assault Vest, Scrafty, which hasn't done as much as I would have liked it to, but it's by far my favorite Scrafty set. I know Dragon Dance and, you know, Bulk Up are great and everything, but I love the Assault Vest set. So that's what we have. And, oh, I didn't even talk about the Gliscor. It's a stall-breaking set. It is Poison Heal, but not with Toxic Orb. I do have the Rocky Helmet, because otherwise Talonflame and Kangaskhan just destroy this team, and so does Garchomp, so I needed something to combat that. And it's useful against things like Ferrothorn. We can taunt it so it can't Leech Seed us, and, you know, all of those things. Speaking of the Gliscor, I'm going to be bringing that for sure. I'm leading off with it because this team looks fat as anything. Oh my goodness. Cress, Heatran, Mega Venusaur. Kangaskhan is really bulky. Actually, it's deceptively bulky. It's got base, like, what, 100, 105 something HP, and then dual base 100 defenses, something in that vicinity. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but yeah, it's got at least 100, 100, 100 bulk, and that's just silly. And even Garchomp can take some hits. I don't know if I'd call it a fat Pokemon, but it can take some hits for sure. And yeah, alright, so that's the plan. I have to bring Staraptor because otherwise I just cannot beat the Venusaur. It just sweeps my team, so yeah. So we got the Gliscor, the Staraptor, and the Auroras. That is the game plan here. Hopefully we can catch Heatran with an Earth Power if he decides to bring it. The record going into today's episode is 51 and 11. We're going to be doing 3 battles today. I don't care how long this video is. I want to just battle with this team, so we're going to have 3. That's just what it is. And if it ends up being like a 50-minute video, I apologize. No, I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm not going to apologize if this ends up being 45 minutes because this team is just fun to use. It just is. And of course, as always, I appreciate those of you that are showing your support, the likes, comments, whatever. All that stuff is fantastic. You guys are great about showing your support. And I'm going to lay off asking and talking about likes and all that stuff as much as I can, just because I feel like I've become a little bit of a broken record just saying that stuff at the beginning of every video. So I'll thank you guys for showing your support and leave it at that. If I remember, because it is kind of a habit, and my little intros tend to just go on autopilot, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, basically. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. But I did go for the knockoff to lead off against this Talonflame, as it did try to taunt us. So that's pretty interesting. I like this set already. I like it. I like it. I like it. But we did get rid of the Sharp Beak, so I guess that reduces the power of Brave Bird a little bit. I'm going to switch into Auroras here, and he's going to go for the Swords Dance. So he's going to have to go for Flare Blitz or switch out. I don't know that he's going to want to take all of that damage. I really don't think he will. So he's likely going to switch, and I don't know what he's going to go into, but I'm hoping it's not Heatran, because I'm clicking Hyper Voice to get as much damage as possible. And it is Heatran, unfortunately. This is going to be a quad-resisted hit, so it's going to do absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's not much at all. In fact, that is a critical hit. Wow. That's like 20% on a crit. That's just sad. That is just sad, but it is a quad-resisted hit. I can go for Earth Power here. If he is running some speed, he will outspeed us. Heatran does naturally outspeed Auroras, and he does outspeed us. Wow, okay. So he's running some speed on this thing, and he does go and set up a substitute, unfortunately, so he's going to see that we have the Earth Power, which is a bit unfortunate because now he can switch out, and I don't really like that. This is probably subtoxic. Probably is. It could have been that he was scouting for the Earth Power there as well, which is a good play. Can't knock that. I was just kind of hoping to both outspeed it and kill it. So that would have been like the best case scenario, but I guess I can't always have that happen. I kind of want a Rock Polish here. I kind of want that. Because I feel like he's going to try to switch into Talonflame here, and I'm gonna go for it. No, he stays in to go for Magma Storm, and he misses, which I guess is kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate indeed. That could have been really bad for us, because if he was offensive and had Flash Cannon, then we would just die, basically. But he didn't go for it. So I'm going to go for the Earth Power here, and that's going to just kill this thing. Yeah, I mean, he obviously had some speed investment, so it couldn't have been, like, full specially defensive, or it was unlikely that he was fully specially defensive. So I don't know if he was running a certain amount of speed to outspeed certain threats, or what. But, yeah. I'm also not running max speed, so maybe he would just outspeed naturally anyway. Because I'm running kind of a kooky spread on this Aurorus. Anyway, Kangaskhan is out here now. And this doesn't outspeed us now that we have a Rock Polish up. I could probably just go for Hyper Voice, although he's probably just going to go for the Fake Out. Going into Glizzcore is so tempting because they get off all that Rocky Helmet damage for not that much damage on Glizzcore. So it's kind of just free damage. But I want to kill this thing with a Hyper Voice. I don't know that I will be able to, though. I mean, besides, we resist the Hyper, or not the Hyper, we resist the Fake Out. I don't know what I'm talking about. We resist the Fake Out, so it's not like it's doing that much. And we can just click Hyper Voice again. He probably has EQ. Maybe I should have switched out. Do I want to really just sacrifice this thing? I mean, getting up a Rock Polish just... Aurorus actually just beats Talonflame because Brave Bird is not going to be able to kill me. Maybe that was a bad play on my part because... I need either Aurorus with a Rock Polish up when Talonflame comes in, or Glizzcore to be able to beat it. And Glizzcore probably won't be able to beat it, to be honest. So, I'm going to predict an EQ here, and I'm going to go into Staraptor. As he actually goes for the Sucker Punch, that was not going to do enough, my friend. That was not going to kill me. But now I can click... I want to click Close Combat so badly, because I think that might just kill this thing, or come really close to killing it. But I don't want him switching into Talonflame. So I feel like I have to click either Double Edge or Brave Bird here to get as much damage off on either one of them. That's the safest play. Because Talonflame coming in for free is not good, especially because we know it's not choice. We knocked off its sharp beak. I don't want it roosting because I have some chip damage on it, and I kind of want it to stay that way so that I can for sure kill it with a Hyper Voice if it comes down to that. So I am going to click Double Edge here, and he does opt to stay in, so I probably could have killed him with a Close Combat, but I just feel like that wasn't a smart play. And that does a lot of damage to this thing, though. He's going to kill me with a... I want everything to be Hyper Voice. Why do I want to call every move Hyper Voice? I really want Aurorus to kill something. I think that's what it comes down to. He kills us with the Ice Punch, but not before we dish out about like 75% to this thing, which is fantastic. And we could just finish it off with Glizzcore, I guess. Is that really my play? I would like to have a Rock Polish up already, though, by the time Talonflame comes out, because Flare Blitz, that would be the move that he would go for. Because I need to force him to go for Brave Bird, which doesn't do much. So, the fact that he went for Ice Punch, maybe he doesn't have Earthquake, because he's got Fake Out, Sucker Punch, Ice Punch. He's got to have some kind of other normal stab. So I think the only thing he has to hit me with is Sucker Punch. So I might be able to just Rock Polish up here and kill him, maybe? Potentially. I'm going to go for it. He does go for the Sucker Punch, predicting the attack. And that is perfect because I think we can live a Sucker Punch plus Brave Bird. I think. I hope. I really, really hope. Should I go for Rock Polish again? No, I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice. He does go for the double Sucker Punch here, so he's going to get some damage off on me. And that's going to be really close. Wow, okay, that did a little bit more than I wanted it to. And this Talonflame, I mean, knocking the Sharp Beak off may have been the best play that I made all game, because that might save me. I don't know. It depends. It really, really depends. My only play is clicking Hyper Voice and hoping that this Brave Bird is not going to kill me. Otherwise, Gliscor is going to have to bail us out, and I don't know how if this thing has Roost. So he goes with the Brave Bird, and we're going to take it with 2. 2 HP. Aurorus is living. That is what I'm talking about. We're going to get a kill here. Talonflame is not surviving a Hyper Voice with Refrigerate, boosting it, and all of that stuff. Aurorus coming through for us in the end. That is what I'm talking about. Oh, I was getting a little bit nervous there, not going to lie. Getting quite nervous. But, yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, so our record is 52-11 now. 52-11, okay. So we have 2 more battles left, and I really hope that we can win at least one of them. That is the goal. Because as long as we are above that 500 mark, that is what I'm shooting for. So I don't know what any of these music tracks are now, because I've unlocked a lot of them from battling legendaries, and I'm not sure exactly which is which. I'm just kind of going through them and testing it out. This is a much cooler team than the last team that we faced. It's pretty cool to see things like Chestnut and Dragalge. Of course, we do see the Lando T and the Mega Mawile, which are freaking everywhere. Especially Mawile. Mawile is all over the place on Battlespot lately. I've been running into it so often. I really, really have. And even Rotom Heat I've been seeing a lot too. Azumarill is not nearly as common, so I guess that's kind of cool to see. How do I want to go about doing this? I really want Beautifly to get kills, but I don't know if it's worth it to bring it in this battle. Because we did take on a Mega Mawile in the first episode of this session with a Beautifly, and we beat it. But that was only because it tried to taunt me and it was slower. So I don't think we can count on that as a reliable strategy to beat Mega Mawile, because it's really not that common to see taunt on it. And they usually just attack because they can just kill things. Because their power is ridiculous. Aurorus could be useful for Lando, but we'd have to have a Rock Polish up, and it, I think, would have to not be Scarfed. Even after a Rock Polish, I think Scarf Lando might still outspeed us, because Aurorus is pretty slow. I'd have to double check on that. Hyper Voice does OHKO Chestnut as well, so that's cool. But Azumarill gives it trouble, and actually we could do a lot to Dragalge too. And we do have the Earth Power. I guess it could be worth bringing. It kind of does hit a lot of things on this team super effectively. Rotom could be an issue. But I want to bring the Gliscor as well, because it's a solid answer to that Landorus. I need to pick another Pokemon. Running out of time. Wasted too much time talking about random things. I'm going to bring the Staraptor, because Staraptor is awesome. And it allows me to hit Rotom for a lot of damage, which I don't know that I could with anything else, really. So if he brings the Rotom, we're going to have to rely on Staraptor to beat it, I think. Which I don't know how good of a strategy that is. But maybe if it's offensive, we can just OHKO it with Double Edge. He is going to lead off with the Lando T, which is great because it can't do anything to Gliscor. The best it can do to us, really, is just knock off our Rocky Helmet, which would be unfortunate. But that's about it. We could just continuously knock off it, I guess. I suppose he's probably going to U-turn here, I would guess. Unless this is a more defensive variant and it has Toxic, and even still, you're not going to Toxic a Gliscor. Even if I don't show that I am a Toxic Orb, I still don't think he's going to go for it. As he does just opt to switch right into the Rotom here. On a hard switch, not even a U-turn. So we get rid of its item, which is nice. And this thing is a bit of a threat, because it's probably just going to go for Overheat, I would guess. He could predict a switch here and go for a Volt Switch. I don't have a switch into this. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. This thing is a problem. I needed, I guess, Scrafty to be able to deal with this, but they could also carry the... oh, wow, I outspeed this! Why? I guess I figured he'd be running max speed, but he's not. Because I'm not running max speed. I'm running some speed on this, but Not enough to outspeed max speed timid Rotoms. Okay, I guess that was a misplay there to go for Roost. I was going to try to recover off the damage from Overheat and get him to drop his special attack. But, yeah, I guess we're just going to get some more chip damage with the knockoff. And he didn't get the Spadef drop, which is nice. But knockoff is doing nothing, though. That's the problem. The question is he locked in? Oh, no, he's not locked in. I knocked off his item. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Why do I always think that things that have either already shown their items or have had their items knocked off are choice locked into things? I don't get it. He does just go for the Shadow Ball again, as I am able to get a safe switch into Staraptor, which is great. And he's probably going to go right into Lando here, but I can get a lot of damage off on it by going for a Double Edge. And if for some reason he stays in, this thing's dead. No, he's going to switch. Yeah, that makes the most sense. In comes the Lando, I would assume. Yep. Hello, Lando. Gets the Intimidate off. This is still going to do a decent chunk, though. Like, it's still going to do solid damage. Oh, just barely missing out on the 2-hit KO, unfortunately. Ah, that stinks. That really stinks. I don't want him switching this in multiple times. I mean, next time, if we're able to get Staraptor in again, it will be a 2-hit KO. And we should outspeed this thing, unless it is Jolly Scarf, because I'm adamant. So that's something we have to keep in mind. I'm going to go right into Gliscor here as he goes for the Stone Edge. That's not going to kill me unless he gets a crit. And was that a crit? That's not a crit. It just kills me. Wow, I was not expecting that. I really was not expecting that. Was that Choice Banded damage? That's kind of a lot of damage for a non-stab move. Like, I know this thing is stupid powerful with base, what is it, 145? Physical attack or something? Something silly? It's probably locked into that somehow, either Scarf or Band. So I am going to go into Aurora's here, scare him out with a Hyper Voice. I don't think he's going to stay in and go for the Stone Edge again, because there's a solid chance that he might miss that, and I don't know if he wants to risk that, to be honest. And my best play is just Hyper Voice, get some more chip damage on that Rotom, which is likely coming in here. And, oh, it's actually a Azumarill, and I almost clicked Freeze Dry, too. I was hovering over it, but I'm like, no, Hyper Voice is boosted by things. Why not just click the Hyper Voice? But I can stay in and just go for Freeze Dry here. I'm running some speed investment, so I should outspeed this. And I do, and this thing is just dead. You're not taking that. We saw how much Hyper Voice did, so Freeze Dry being a super effective hit. Yeah, you're definitely not taking that. That, I don't think was Assault Vest, though. That had to be, like, Citrus Berry Belly Drum, possibly? Maybe even Choice Band? I don't know. But the Rotom's going to come in now. And do I just have to sack something? I kind of feel like I do. So I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice. And we outspeed this. That kind of did a lot of damage for being a not very effective hit, as he is going to go for the Overheat here. And he gets a crit. I was like, why did that do so much damage? Aurora's has good bulk. But unfortunately, the crit is here, which means that that is a 2-hit KO. And I think without that crit, we would have been able to take another one, which is unfortunate. He may, in fact, go for a Volt Switch here, because that should kill me. And I don't know that I want to risk switching in Staraptor. I really don't want it taking damage. So I guess my only play is to Hyper Voice here. I'm going to have to try to get some more damage off. I think this might end up being a loss for us. Unless he... You know what? I'm going to Rock Polish. I'm going to go for the Rock Polish and see if we can live this hit. Can we live the hit? No, he goes for Overheat. Never mind. Never mind. I was hoping that maybe he would either go for Overheat and miss, or go for Volt Switch, and for some reason we managed to take that. Probably not the best play, but I mean, Double Edge kills anyway, and I'm not really worried about recoil at this point, because Stone Edge is going to kill me anyway, so I might as well, might as well take a chance on it. I didn't really have anything to lose. And now I just click Double Edge, and this thing is dead. And it's going to come down to a roll on the Landers, I believe, because we did just under half the last time we hit it with a Double Edge. And that was after Intimidate and everything, so it's really just going to come down to a roll right here. If we get a high roll, we win. If we get the same roll or a low roll of some sort, then we lose. That's just what this comes down to right here. Or he outspeeds us if he is Jolly Choice Scarf and we lose. Unless he misses a Stone Edge. So many things are at play. So many things. So many options. And I'm a little bit nervous about it. So we do outspeed, which is great. Let's see how much this does. And it's not going to be enough to take out the Lando. But we avoid the attack! He misses a Stone Edge! The Hax Gods are on our sides! Praise Roman! Oh my goodness! We won that out of sheer luck. We pretty much got the exact same roll as last time. Which in itself is kind of strange, because that doesn't seem to happen to me too often. But the only reason we won that match is because Roman decided that Lando was not meant to hit that Stone Edge. Oh my gosh, that was a little bit of a rush, I'm not gonna lie. That brings our record to 53-11 on the series. So we got a chance for a triple victory today. We're working on 21 minutes into this video, and we're gonna look for one more battle. So this is gonna end up being like a half an hour or so, so that's a pretty decently long episode. It's kind of long for a battle spot video, but I don't think too many people will complain about it. So we're going up against somebody from Japan as usual, because that's pretty much the only trainer that I go up against, which is Japanese trainers. This team is so fat. This might be fatter than the first team, just because of Suicune. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Breloom is the only Pokemon that I can see myself one-shotting. Realistically, unless I really just set up a whole bunch. Suicune, Lando T, Cress, Heatran, and Mega Kangaskhan. This is the definition of a Hori Battle Spot team. It really is. Okay, so I'm going to bring the Gliscor because, again, I see the Kangaskhan, I see the Landorus T. Gliscor is my check to those things. If I don't bring Gliscor, I will lose if he brings one of them, basically. So I'm going to lead off with the Gliscor, in fact. What else do I bring? That is the question. You know what? Maybe I'm going to lead off with Beautifly. He might lead off with either Suicune or Cress, and I can set up on them. That's very tempting. That is very, very tempting. I am still going to bring the Gliscor, though. Yeah, we're going to try to get Beautifly some work here. Going to go out on a limb. If he leads off with, like, Heatran or something, we might just lose the battle. That's what it comes down to. If he leads off with Lando or Kangaskhan, I can switch out to Gliscor. So that's not too big of a problem. And like I said, Cress or the Suicune I can set up on, because they can't really do too much. I mean, Suicune can Calm Mind, obviously, but I can boost alongside it. And I can hit it for some solid damage. Then he's going to have to fish for a burn with Scald, unless he has Ice Beam. But even still, I'll be boosting my special defense. So that is the plan. That is the plan. Let's just get into it here. I feel like... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this right now. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm at a loss for words, and I don't know why. Because nothing has happened yet. I guess I'm still in shock from the last battle's ending. That was kind of ridiculous. So Beautifly is leading things off against Suicune, which is great because we can set up a Quiver Dance or two on this, depending. And we do have the Giga Drain to get some health back as well, which also happens to hit this thing super effectively, so we're in a great position. He's going to stay in, and I'm assuming he's going to set up a Calm Mind here. Please don't have Roar. That would be worst case scenario. He does show off the Ice Beam, but at +1 special defense, we're going to be able to somewhat take that. We didn't take that too well. Especially because this thing has no boost. I feel like we're kind of forced to go for Giga Drain here. So I am going to go for it before this thing gets some boost off. Oh my goodness, is that a crit? That's not even a crit! Holy cannoli, Batman, that did way too much. That did way too much to a Suicune. He's going to set up Calm Mind here. But that's not going to save you after seeing that damage. Unbelievable damage to a Suicune. What? What is happening right now? I can click Giga Drain again, or I can click Bug Buzz. In case he wants to switch. I'm going to click Giga Drain, though. He is going to withdraw. He's going to try to save this Suicune for later, so he's going to forfeit his boost. And he's going to go into the Heatran, which is a quad resist to both of my main moves, Giga Drain and Bug Buzz. So, at +1, Hidden Power Grounds will OHKO an offensive variant, but he is lefty, so I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't have any play other than to just go for it, I guess. I mean, I could Quiver again, I guess, but I think I have to go for the Hidden Power here, because Lava Plume's still going to hurt after seeing how much Ice Beam did. So we're going for the Hidden Power Ground, and that's just a dead Heatran because of a critical hit. I think we got a little bit lucky there. Because he showed the lefties. I'm pretty sure he was either especially defensive or he just had some kind of HP investment. It's very rare that we see Heatran not have that. So the Hacks gods are definitely on our side today. He's smiling down on Beautifly. Crest is here. We might see a sweep. I'm going for it. We're going for a Beautifly sweep, ladies and gents. I'm going to set up a Quiver again. I'm so excited right now. I'm so excited. He's going to go for Ice Beam. Why does everything on this team have Ice Beam? Did Heatran have Ice Beam? Okay. I don't care if he can't learn it. So that didn't do too much. We probably can set up another Quiver. Like, I really don't see any reason to switch here. I could try to set up another Quiver Dance, but I feel like that's just asking for a freeze or crit. The Hacks always turns around. So I'm just going to go for Bug Buzz. We're at +2. This should do a solid chunk to this Cresselia. Just kidding! Just kidding! That's an OHKO and a Chris! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? What just happened? Are we gonna see a Beautifly sweep? All he has left is Suicune. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose my voice too. I'm going bananas right now. In fact, I would even go as far to say as I've lost my bananas. He's gonna forfeit. He's not even gonna give me the satisfaction of watching Suicune go down to a Beautifly. But we just saw a Beautifly sweep, ladies and gents. Oh, MG. I'm out of breath. I am out of breath. I'm gonna be panting after this video. I need a glass of water. That's gonna be it for this episode and this team. Unfortunately, we have to retire the Beautifly for a little bit because my heart cannot take it. I'm going to be in the hospital within the hour if this keeps going. So I hope you guys enjoyed. What is our record even? It's 54 and 11? Yeah, that sounds about right. Next time we're bringing a new team. Make sure you're leaving a like or a comment if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.